Hello again, Silkies. I'm doing another video, and this topic is a topic that I thought about quite a few years ago, but I never got around to because I technically lost interest. And the topic is about being goth and dating. And when I came up with this idea, I thought about it. I had some things to say. I wasn't sure how to quite organize it, but I ended up being in a relationship shortly after, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna leave it alone. It's not a huge deal. Okay, so once again, the camera setup is totally different. I'm kind of slightly somewhere else, moved somewhere else again than my last video, and my last video did surprisingly well. I wasn't expecting so many positive responses, but thank you. Hopefully you all like this one. So, some backstory on this, okay? Being goth and dating is kind of the same as dating for anybody else. There are quite a bit of things that aren't quite the same. And the last time I came up with the video idea, I figured, hey, someone else was just going to end up getting to this thing, and I wouldn't have to worry about really covering it. So a few years have passed, and the other day I looked on YouTube to see if anyone had posted any type of videos like that, and it didn't really have anything exactly on the topic. From what I saw, it was mostly people posting videos about their experience on Gothic dating sites, and I even found one guy actually posing as a goth person and making fun of the sites, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, this guy's not cool. This is all we got, really? And I have seen people ask questions on forums, different websites, saying like, oh, would you date a non-goth? How's dating been for goth or alternative person? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm assuming this is something that actually affects pretty much all alternative people. But since I'm goth, that's what I'm going to cover. It's just my experience, my personal experience as being a goth girl, and possibly some things that I've heard from other goth people. So I've actually wrote all this down because I have horrible memory, so I have a handy dandy notebook. Oh, in case you're wondering, you see my crop top, I mean. And it says Chicago Bulls. Do I support the team? No, I don't really care about watching sports. I found this in my things randomly. I don't know where the hell it came from. So I'm just like, okay, so why not make it a crop top? Taurus season is coming up next month, April, May. And I'm a Taurus, so bull kind of goes with it. So I just kind of made it a crop top. And it's kind of a failing crop top because my bra keeps showing, but whatever. So to sum up goth dating pretty much as a whole, it's a goddamn nightmare, to be honest. I'm gonna start with online dating, which is something I mostly did past few years. Let's see. Of course you have Okay Stupid, Plenty of Freaks, Tinder hookups, and Fet No Life. Those are the sites that I've used or have been using. Fet No Life or Fet Life, I just like to make up names for it because they kind of suck. I've been on that just because I didn't need to be in a relationship, and I didn't need to be single or in a relationship to have it, because mostly I've been on there for like events and to talk with people who had similar interests as me. And it just seems like with that, it's just a lot of people don't really care about actually meeting or having anything serious. It's just kind of like they want to look at pictures and get off, and videos, I guess. If you're upgraded, you can't watch them if you're not upgraded. And people that I have been interested in, I've seen on other sites too. So it's not like they exactly found me on just FetLife. And a lot of them live far away, and that's something I hate. I find someone interesting, whether it be someone I'm interested to be in a relationship with, or whether I'm interested in being friends with this person and they end up living so far away and I'm just like, I can't go see you, I can't visit you, and it really sucks. But for the other sites, it's just mostly people hooking up. There's tons of cheaters on those sites. It's like a cheating playground for a lot of online dating sites. Now, of course, I'm not saying that people can't cheat on other sites like Facebook, but dating sites just kind of makes it like really easy for people to do it. And I've had experiences where I've talked to people or they try to talk to me, then find out they're in a relationship, or I've seen one crazy profile where the girl got a hold of his profile and she completely changed everything on the profile. So he's taken, I'll fight anybody who will actually talk to him or anything. So it was just pretty nuts. Another thing is I get labeled as a fake profile and a scammer quite a bit. It's just like people think because you're an attractive person that you automatically don't want to be looking for love like everybody else. So because a lot of my pictures will show up in a database if you search my name or just kind of reverse photo search me. And since a lot of my pictures will show up, I guess a lot of people assume I'm a scammer instead of actually trying to figure out or actually trying to see if I'm actually real. And it's irritating. And I also had a lot of women do that too because I go both ways. And the women actually, I guess some of them would report me, and or some of the guys who got mad, I wouldn't date them and I just get my profile removed. So that's something I'm actually used to, and it's actually annoying. And since I am a public figure and I do have to often prove that I'm not a fake profile, I do have that information up. Hey, I'm a public figure. Hey, you can find me here and here just to prove that I'm a real person. So that part's irritating with online dating, and it almost kind of makes it like it's not worth it for me. Okay, so I wanted to mention the types of people that I have to deal with online and offline. Okay, there's the creepers / stalkers, the users, meaning people who see that I'm a public figure. It doesn't matter if they're a public figure or not. They still try to use me because of that, and I can tell the difference. There's a difference between thinking someone's cool because they're a public figure or whatever, and then just trying to like get in their life just so you can promote your shit. I mean, I'm not there to promote myself or promote someone else. So the fetishizers. I don't know if that's actually a word, but we have a fetish for goth chicks, and I get that quite a bit, and it's really creepy. If some people are okay with being a goth fetish for someone, fine. But me personally, I'm not on there for that. I'm on there to date and get to know people, and I don't want to be someone's fetish, and I refuse to date anybody who has a goth fetish. I don't care if you're goth or non-goth, because it's really like you're only seeing me as that and not for who I am. I also get angry people and goth haters. Like, people literally go to my profile, read my stuff, what I'm looking for, what I'm about, and I've had people insult my look, just saying like, oh, you shouldn't dress like that, oh, you shouldn't have your makeup that way, and I'm just like, what? And a lot of them get mad because they don't fit what I'm looking for, and they actually rant. I've had people rant on and on about, you know, stuff that on my profile they didn't like, and I'm just like, get over it. And I've also had people who like said they were intimidated by me, or ooh, you creep me out, I'd still try to date you, or I've never had a goth chick before. You know, it's just weird stuff like that, and I don't care for that. Like, it's really strange to me. Which the people who want to change me kind of mix in with my other two. The want-to changers, as I put them, and the wussies. They want me to be something different. And I'm going to say something. With a lot of dating sites, the ratio of alternative people in general versus the average normal people, they look normal on the outside anyway. It's a pretty big ratio, and Like the alternative people are like about this much on there, and then there's like everybody else, which is a huge amount. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't date a non-goth person or a non-alternative person. That's usually my preference, and I just it's because they're not as judgmental, because they kind of get where I come from, and so I kind of want to be with someone who gets me. But I'm not saying that non-alternative people can't get me, but it's just usually alternative people will get me better. I'm pretty sure a few of you are wondering, okay, well, Silk, if normal dating sites aren't working, why not try a goth site? Goth dating site. I have a while ago, and it didn't work out. You gotta pay for them, and the selection of people in there are very small too. Like they'll make a profile, see it's not free, and it just kind of disappear. And then like the guy I mentioned before, he was making fun of goth dating sites. There's people who pose on there who fake and might be doing stuff like that, and just it's a joke to them, you know? And I just never had a good experience with them. A lot of abandoned sites on there, a lot of abandoned profiles on there, and a small selection in my area. So I just kind of like, I'm done with this. And they want people to pay for this? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. If there were a free goth dating site, I probably would be interested in trying it out and probably leaving a review on it. But from my experience, I haven't seen anything like that from my experience. Okay, so outside of online dating, the goth scene, just going out to like goth clubs and stuff like that, because I did that before when I had the time. I've never actually met anyone in the goth scene outside of anything. Like I've never talked to, well, I've talked to people in the goth scene, but I haven't actually found anyone who interests me in the goth scene. From my experience, everyone's really cliquey, and they don't really talk outside of their circle. So if there was someone I was interested in and they're always surrounded by a bunch of people all the time, I find that really unapproachable. And another thing is, which I saw in another goth video, it's a lot of people kind of swap partners. Like if that's what you're into, fine, but it's just like everyone's dated everybody, and I kind of don't want someone who just kind of switch between, and then you have like the whole crazy ex scenario, like a crazy ex-girlfriend or crazy ex-boyfriend, and I'm just like, I'd rather not be a part of that drama. A lot of them are taken in the goth scene. I'm not saying that's bad, that's awesome. But for us single folk, we don't got many options as it is. Or just plain, they're not interested in me, or I'm not interested in them, which is fine, because I'm not going to be romantically attracted to everyone in the scene, which is preferable because I don't want to be, you know, don't want them to be with me. But that's just been my experience with that. Another thing that actually is just my personal experience, and non-goth can relate to this too. Is being a single parent. I'm a goth single parent. So on top of the whole thing with the goth stuff where it's difficult for me, there's the fact that I'm a parent, and I do date single parents too, because I know what it's like, and it's actually more of a preference. Someone who's a single parent or who has a good amount of experience with children, because from my experience, a lot of people who don't have any experience with children or do not want children or just aren't a parent just don't get where I'm coming from, and it just kind of like, they feel like it hinders their freedom. So my big question is for everyone, how has your dating experience been? I mean, you don't have to necessarily be single to answer this. You could tell me how you met your significant other. If you're alternative or if you're goth, it doesn't matter. Just, I'd love to hear your stories, how you guys met, if any of you met any interesting people out in the scene, or did you meet someone outside of the scene? Did you meet someone online? Share your thoughts. Let me know. And thank you again for watching, Silkies. Become a Patreon today if you haven't. Thank you all for your support, liking and sharing, especially with my last video. Also, share my YouTube, like it, subscribe. I'm almost at my goal. I'm getting closer and closer to it. I think it was, the last time I checked, it was closer to like 1,800 something. So I'm almost to 2K. So I'm hoping to get there like at least by the end of this month. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm gonna keep bringing you guys content, hopefully. And oh, I wanted to make a suggestions box. Like, what kind of videos do you all want to see? I can't do any hauls right now because I'm kind of broke. Yeah, for my moving, and that sucks because I had a haul planned, but didn't work out. So leave some suggestions of videos that you guys would like to see. Probably curious about this little guy here. This is my boyfriend Frankie. No, I'm kidding. This is my favorite plushie, Frankie. He's my guy now. So thanks for watching, Silkies. Like, subscribe for more videos.